Welcome home. This is Audio EXP for May the 17th, and the episode title is Spaceships and Shipping. FGG Games won the RPG Publisher Spotlight this month. The interview with head designer Don Eccles is up and live on the blog. Don's not backwards and coming forwards, and in the piece we discover what FGG stands for. Spoiler, FGG does not stand for anything, but Don is open to ideas, and so if you have a clever or a silly suggestion, then there's a non-zero chance that you could get to name the company. There. I bet that was not an offer you were expecting to get today. I want to start with Diamond Comic Distributor news, since we've talked about it previously in the podcast. The company went bust, but they have been bought by Ad Populum after all. That seems to be what Diamond had been trying to do before all the fights broke out after all, and I guess Ad Populum, who own NECA and WizKids, knows what they're buying. On that note, we'll be discussing WizKids later. It's kind of a weird one. Before we move on though, I do want to mention that Rebellion has struck a non-exclusive deal with Lunar Distribution for titles like 2000 AD and Judge Dredd. Rebellion are still with Diamond, but now they're not all or nothing with the wobbling company. I imagine we'll see this pattern repeated, and publishers who can afford not to have an exclusive deal with one logistics company will ensure that they have more than one way to get their products into stores. Sometimes, despite best efforts, business ventures fail after all. Bronwyn wrote up one such failure, and this time it's Netflix getting out of interactive content. The streaming company has deleted its interactive choose-your-own Black Cymera adventure, Bandersnatch. In good timing, we have a guest post from Sergio Salvador, who's doing his dissertation on power and privilege in American dystopian literature. Sergio has taken a long look at the interplay between games and Black Mirror. It's certainly a heavy relationship. And we're sticking with the topic of things not working out as we return to WizKids. Within 24 hours of the first boxes of the company's pre-painted Baldur's Gate 3 minis reaching customers, WizKids had apologised, said they had let people down, said they had let Wizards of the Coast down, are investigating what went wrong, and are offering refunds. The problem? The painting on the pre-painted minis looks nothing like the product shots, and it's clearly subpar. But I'm actually impressed that the model maker acted so quickly on a Friday and so surely. I like them more now, not less. I think it was last week that I mentioned how Bronwyn was less than impressed at my mimic spotting game. I'm not sure my spaceship name generator is much better, but hear me out, I was inspired by both Ian M. Banks and John Scalzi's knack for naming ships from songs. So my generator has a list of music, and please suggest more if you have them, and then randomly add sci-fi words to the start, end, both sides, or not at all of the song title. And that's my musical algorithm for naming ships. Thus, I give you examples like Forgotten Mr. Roboto 9 from Styx's Mr. Roboto, Quantum Overkill Alpha from Motorhead's Overkill, and Breaking the Law Arrow from Judas Priest's Breaking the Law. Okay, if it turns out that just maybe this generator is no good and you actually need to talk to talented authors about names and world building, then let me mention the horror and sci-fi book festival Cymera here in Edinburgh next month. Geek Native will be going, and it's now been confirmed that Chaosium's Lynne Hardy is also going and will give a workshop titled Hitting the Right Note. I've not been to Cymera before because it usually clashes with the UK Games Expo, but that's not happening this year. Hooray. Now we've got a set of bundles for the outro, and this week I also whisked up a button to let you turn the write-up of bundle offers into links to DriveThruRPG. The idea is that you can check on the price and the blurbs of games mentioned in the bundles really quickly. You can even see if it's already in your digital library. I couldn't quite come up with a system that finds exactly the matching book, and so the links are search results, but I quite like the effect, as DriveThruRPG's search results show the publisher and the latest price of the download. It's easy to check. The bundles include 2 from Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, 1 from Raging Swan Press for Dungeon Dressing, the extended Delta Green Impossible Landscapes, and 1 of Meandery Shadow Dark. On that note, randomly generate something, and I'll see you next week.